Today is my birthday, and I started thinking about where I had wanted to be at this age. You know, we all kind of stop when we're younger and think that a certain age is so old, or we should have so much accomplished by that time. And I definitely had an idea of where I wanted to be right now. And it's made me really contemplate success and what constitutes success in your life. I feel holistically successful. I feel so fulfilled and happy in my life and where I am right now. And I stopped to really compare where I thought I would be and where I am. And also in that comparison, stop to think about how I would feel if I had only accomplished the things the goals that I had set for myself when I was younger. You know, I was talking with some people the other day about where they were at certain ages, and they looked at my age, and actually I'm turning 39 today, and it's actually kind of freeing to be open and honest with my age. I'm having a hard time with it, but you know, I have this year left before I turn 40, and I know I'm not going to turn into a pumpkin when I turn 40, and nothing really is going to change, but it's kind of this looming number where I want to see what I can do in this year before I turn 40. But this conversation that I was having with some people earlier in the week was about where they were at my age. And they were talking about how they had accomplished starting these businesses and made a certain amount of money. We're almost empty nesters. Wow, you know, I have a not even 1-year-old, so I'm so far from being an empty nester. And you know, who's to say I don't have another child? But it was interesting listening to them and how they gauged their success, and then kind of comparing that to me and how I've gauged mine. And I just wanted to talk about this today because I want you guys to really think about what success means to you. What constitutes success in your life? And kind of serendipitously, yesterday, my littlest one poured water on a chest of all of my keepsakes. So it was an old chest that had holes between the planks of wood, so water got in there, so I had to take everything out, lay everything out, and it was kind of this walk down memory lane for me, because I had to dry everything off by hand, all the pictures, all of the notes and what have you, and kind of go back through all these events in my life. And it helped me again assess what my success was, what my path was, and how happy I was with all these different steps and where I am today. One of the pictures that I found was this teeny tiny little Kodak picture. It wasn't, you know, your normal size photograph. It was small, and it was of a Fisher-Price art set. So it had some paints, it had some scissors, crayons and pencils. On the back was written March 1985, so I would have been 6. And you know, I know we can kind of look back on these holidays, Christmas or Hanukkah, birthdays, and see these presents that we've gotten, and some of them stick in our memory, some of them don't. This particular birthday, it stuck. I had gotten this art set, and I also got this little tiny camera. And they were 2 gifts that I will never forget receiving because they meant so much to me. They were gifts from my papa. my mother's father, who passed away a couple years ago, actually, within a few days of making this video. And he was an artist. He wasn't a professional artist. He worked very, very hard at what he did to make money for the family, but he loved photography and he loved art, and he loved that I was the one in the family that also appreciated art, and he recognized that at a very young age. So for my birthday, he bought me an art set and he bought me this tiny camera. It was so amazing to come across that picture because, you know, now here I am. I've been a professional photographer for 15 years and a professional artist for even longer. You know, this year I have, multiple showings of my art and a permanent installation. I paint almost every day. I take pictures almost every day. And here for that birthday, when I was 6 years old, I got a camera and an art set. So that helped me so much in seeing the success that I've had in my life, pursuing the things that make my heart sing, that make me happy, that have made me happy since I was 6 years old. And it was really amazing to me to see that. And as serendipitous as it was to come across that picture, if somehow Papa put it in my tracks for me to find, it was really interesting. The more interesting note of that as well is the day before I found that picture, my husband had taken me out to buy me a new camera for my birthday, one that I had been wanting, Panasonic GH5, which is actually what I'm filming this on right now. But how ironic is it that here for my birthday at 39, I got a camera. I also got art supplies from my husband and from my family. So success, my goodness, it's not something that's quantifiable. It's not something that can be measured in how much money you have in the bank, how many friends you have on Facebook. It's not something that you can measure by how many companies you've started, how many houses you have, how big your house is. These are things that are not really that important. Success comes and is measured by how happy you are, how holistic you feel. In looking back on these 39 years, I can say that, wow, I feel so incredibly successful in my life. One of the questions that came up when I had this discussion about where we have been in certain times in our lives was, where would you go back to? What year would you go back to if you could just snap your fingers and be magically transported back to another year? And my question was, would I be able to take everything that I have with me? My incredible husband, my amazing children, all my experiences, can I take them all with me? And they said, no, you're actually just gonna go back and you can kind of restart and go through the journey again, you know, maybe making different choices and whatnot. And I can honestly say there's no way I would go back to any time, because everything that I've done has led me to where I am today, and I am so happy, so happy. So before you come on your next birthday, you know, I implore you to maybe give some thought about what constitutes success in your life, and how successful you feel. And if you don't feel that level of happiness and fulfillment in your life, then maybe it's time to make a change and start working towards the things that really make you feel like a successful human, and not in something that can be measured, but something that just makes your heart feel full. I hope that for all of you. I hope that you can look back and say that everything you've done has led you to where you are today, and that you feel full in your heart and empowered, knowing that every step you're going to take moving forward is taking you closer to becoming even more fulfilled. So with that, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go have a wonderful curry dinner with my family, my little tribe of 7, and enjoy the rest of my birthday. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, be well.